wonder murmur where whispers weave the heart.
Hello, little hearts. A new whisper begins. In a village on the edge of a deep green forest lived a kind and beautiful girl named Badu. But her heart, which was so full of sunshine and song, was also filled with a deep sadness. Her father, a kind and gentle man, was old and very sick. Badu spent her days in the forest, her small hands gathering berries and herbs, her mind always searching for a cure. She would murmur to herself, picking a violet leaf. This is a violet leaf. Maybe it can help my father get better. One afternoon, as the sun began to set, she saw an old woman walking slowly on the path ahead. The old woman's back was bent, and her footsteps were slow and careful. Badu, whose heart was always quick to help, ran to her. "Hello, ma'am," she said. "Would you like me to help you?" The old woman looked at Badu from under her hood, her eyes two bright, shining stars. "Thank you, young girl. My walking stick broke on the way, and I fear I might fall." Badu looked around and saw a strong, sturdy branch lying near a rocky cliff. She scrambled up the rocks, her small hands holding on tight, and found the branch. She straightened it on a sharp stone, and with a powerful, determined effort, turned it into a perfect walking stick. She handed it to the old woman, her face flushed with pride. "Here you go," she said. "You can walk the rest of your way safely now." The old woman, who had been watching her, smiled. "It warms my heart that you worked so hard for a stranger," she said. "Why did you do that? My father is also very sick," Badu replied. "No matter who is old or sick, they must be helped." The old woman was impressed. Her eyes twinkled and she held out a small wooden box. "Then take this, my dear," she said. "It is a magic box. You will always find healing nutrients in it. Take it to your father." "Oh no," Badu said. "You need this too. You gave me what I really needed. My walking stick." The old woman replied, "Now take this magic box and listen to my words carefully. You must share the contents only with those who truly need it. If you do, the magic will never end." Badu took the box, a strange and wonderful treasure. She thanked the old woman, who, with a final smile, vanished into the woods. As Badu walked toward her home, a wave of hope filled her heart. She opened the box and saw that it was filled with food and water. "I will bring this to my father," she thought. "He will get better." But then, a cunning merchant, who had been eavesdropping on their conversation, appeared before her. He was a sly man with a greedy glint in his eye. "Hello, my dear," he said. "I see you have a magic box. I will give you a lot of money for it. You can do a lot of things with a lot of money." Badu, remembering the old woman's words, shook her head. "No," she said. "I only share this box with those who truly need it." She turned and walked away. A little farther down the path, she saw a skinny, hungry goat, its ribs showing through its thin coat. The goat was so weak it could barely stand. Badu's heart ached with sympathy. She looked at the bread in her box and thought, "The box is magical. I can give her some, and it will still be full." She gave the goat the loaf of bread, and the goat ate it with a desperate hunger. Badu's heart filled with a quiet joy. She walked on and came to a beautiful cocoa tree, but its leaves were brown and its branches were dry. "Oh," Baduho said, Who has left you so thirsty, beautiful cocoa tree? You have such wonderful fruit. She took the water from her box and poured it on the tree's roots. The tree drank the water greedily, and a new life seemed to flow through its branches. As the sun began to set, Badu grew tired. She sat on a rock, her stomach rumbling with hunger. Just then, the cunning merchant appeared again, this time disguised as a kind guardian on a horse. "Hello, ma'am," he said, his voice a friendly rumble. "You look tired. I can give you a ride to your home. But when we get there, you must give me that box as a tip." Badu looked at him, and his greedy eyes, which she had seen before, betrayed him. "You are not a guardian," she said, her voice filled with a quiet courage. "You are that merchant. I will not give you my box." She walked away quickly, her heart now pounding. She was so hungry that she wanted to eat the walnuts in the box. But then she saw a family of squirrels, their eyes wide with hunger. They had no food, and winter was coming. Badu looked at her empty stomach, then at the squirrels, and she made a difficult choice. "I can endure hunger for a little while longer," she thought. "But they must not starve." She gave all the walnuts to the squirrels. Finally, she arrived home, exhausted, but with a brave heart. She went to her father, who was very sick. "Papa," she said, her voice filled with a deep sadness. "I met a wise old woman who gave me a magic box. I thought it would help you, but I opened it and it was empty. I shared its contents only with those who needed it, just like she said." Badu was heartbroken. She had been so good, and she had failed. But just then, a knock came at the door. When she opened it, she saw the old woman, the goat, and the squirrels all standing there. In their hands, they held gifts. The goat had a bucket of milk, the squirrels had a handful of nuts, and the old woman had a basket of fresh cocoa pods from the tree. "My dear girl," the old woman said, "you shared the magic box only with those who needed it. And now the magic has returned to you." Badu took the gifts and, with the help of her mother, she made a healthy, delicious drink for her father. He drank it, and his health, which had been so fragile, was instantly restored. The next day, as the family celebrated their father's recovery, the cunning merchant saw the empty magic box by the trash can. He snatched it up, his greedy eyes shining. "The magic box! Now I will be richer than a king." Badu, watching from the window, just smiled. She knew now that the real magic was not in a box, but in a kind and generous heart. The magic had never been in the box at all. It had been in her. And that was a treasure that no one, not even a greedy merchant, could ever steal.
Wonder murmur, the story departs, yet the whisper imparts.